This is a brief overview of the revenue recovery system powered by AI. The fundamental problem that we solve with this system is where is revenue actually lost? But the most important part is not where it's lost, but how do we recover it? Very often in manufacturing, the problem is a slow quote to order process. So the quotes are inconsistent across the teams. We're having pricing issues that are not competitive. There are definitely delays. And this analysis goes right to the heart of it. We'll look at quotes that are slow, that are inconsistent across teams. We'll look at the pricing, which sometimes outdated, sometimes based on wrong machine rates, wrong utilization, and sometimes it's even a bill of material that's incorrectly entered. We'll look at margin erosion that is hidden inside fragmented systems. I'm sure it's not news to you that very often your ERP system doesn't quite talk to the CRM. We have all sorts of spreadsheets all over the place where people keep, rather than having one integrated source of truth. And so we're having duplications and errors, and that adds up to really an ineffective quoting system. So in this analysis, we use AI to identify where the revenue leakage occurs across pricing, quoting, approvals, and execution. We quantify it in terms of how direct the financial impact in dollars, by product, by customer, by process, and even by location, if you have multiple factories. We look at trace root causes. What is the decision logic behind it? Who made it? Why? So we don't just look symptoms, we look at underlying causes that link the assumptions, the rules, to the behavior and operational reality. Very often what people say and what they actually do and how they behave is very different. And so this analysis is not just quantitative, it's also qualitative. We actually do interviews with key members of the sales department, engineering, estimation, supply chain, and then find out what is going on here, why aren't they communicating, and how is that impacting the overall revenue of your company, the overall quotation process. The outcome we found is usually faster quote cycles. We're talking about from days to hours, more consistent pricing decision, aligned with rules, less variability, higher win rates. And this is the key to this process. At the end of the day, if we can win more bids, even a 1%, 2% change in that produces phenomenal results. And I'll show you a case study in a minute. So we're recovering margins from structural leakage, direct impact on profitability. We're aligning pricing with operations and sales logics, which we have one source of truth, better execution across the whole organization, better collaboration. Here is a quick case study. An organization that I personally have been working with, we did a 1-month diagnostic using AI. We use different engines, from Gemini to GPT to Claude, etc., in combination, and use proprietary algorithm. I personally interviewed each person within each department, the head of departments, heard all the contradictory stories, and we found a number of things. One thing we found is the pricing wasn't correct. It was based on incorrect machine rate. It wasn't competitive enough. And so we addressed that right away within the next 30 days. We brought it up to the management. It was a difficult discussion, but everybody understood. And just that alone, we were looking at $5 million savings. We also identified quoting delays, and we're talking about where a customer was expecting within 48 hours. We had average of 14 days turnaround on quoting cycle. And most importantly, we identify how to fix that. We created an architecture for an AI-based algorithm, AI assistants, where people still were in the loop and they could still make decisions, but they would produce 70% faster quote cycles through this process and make better decisions. It's not just the time, the actual decision improvement is really important. Who do we treat as strategic customer? Who do we treat as customer who should not be we're spending so much time on? So prioritizing quotes is really a big part of this. We identified a potential win rate of up to 8%, 8 to 10% improvement per year, which for this company would mean anywhere up to 40 million of additional revenue per year. This is the way to approach today's diagnostic. We do it with quantitatively, we do it qualitatively, and most important, it's not just a diagnostic, but it's actually solving the problem, creating a system that would reduce the revenue leakage and creating a system that you can use in years to come to be a competitive and to be a smart organization that can adapt and be agile in today's highly competitive environment. Thank you so much.